This video is about adjective endings and will focus on a words. What are adjective endings? Let's start by looking at a few sentences. Ein Tisch ist schön. A table is beautiful. Ein schöner Tisch ist neu. A beautiful table is new. In the first sentence, schön does not have an ending. In the second sentence, it does. Why? Adjectives get endings when they precede, come in front of, a noun. Another way to say the same thing, if there is a noun right after an adjective, that adjective will have an ending. Remember, all nouns in German are capitalized, so they are easy to identify. Why does this happen? You have learned that there are different articles, the and a and, for different nouns. These articles express gender, masculine, neuter, feminine, or plural, and case, nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. If an adjective comes in front of a noun, it must also express these things. If it does not precede a noun, then it gets no ending. So how do we do this? Let's look at another example. This time I will leave parts blank. A new car is expensive. There will always be 3 things that you need to know in order to figure out adjective endings. Gender. Is the noun after the adjective masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural? Case. Is the noun after the adjective nominative, accusative, dative, or genitive? Word. Is the word in front of the adjective the word, a word, or nothing? Let's look at our example. What is the noun after the adjective? You should say Auto. What is the gender of Auto? It's neuter. You cannot just guess here. The whole thing will be wrong and you will be frustrated. This is a time for learning, so if you don't know, look it up. What is the case of Auto? You should say nominative. It is the subject. If you can't remember case rules, review the videos for case. It's important. What is the word in front of the adjective? The adjective is new, and the word in front of it is a. That means it is an a word. So how do we do this? We're going to focus on the us. So we have our example and the information we just found out. A new car is expensive. The gender is neuter. The case is nominative. The word is an a word. Now we need 2 charts. The first chart is not new. It is the chart for a or a words. When I say I mean the words like ein and eine and all of their forms in nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. When I say a words, I am including the other words in the same family, as well as the ein and eine. Those are called a words and include the possessives like mein, dein, sein, ihr, unser, euer, ihr, and ihr, and also kein, and they will take the same endings as the us. Remember that there is no plural a, so we already substitute an a word in that spot on the chart. If this is new for you, please watch the videos on case. In the chart, I will simply include the endings that would be put on the base words listed above, but if you want to see how that is formed, for example, if I have -e for feminine nominative, I would expect you to take a word like mine, an a word, and add an e, meine. If you don't remember how to do this, then watch case videos. The chart looks like the indefinite article for masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural for nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. For nominative, we have ein, eine, ein, keine. Note that for masculine and neuter in the nominative, there's no ending for the a words. For accusative, you have einen, eine, ein, keine. Here, the neuter ein has no ending. For dative, you have einem, einer, einem, keinen. And for genitive, you have eines, einer, eines, keiner. So how do we do this? Now we're going to look at adjective endings. We have the us chart done. It's below. The second chart is for the adjective endings. We need to think about something. The us show the gender in case of the noun they are in front of. They have a problem though. How would we tell the difference between something that was masculine nominative, neuter nominative, or neuter accusative? They all have the same ending for a. Here we have an x for masculine, and then a neuter for nominative and accusative, also an x. This means that our adjectives will have to step in and start showing gender. What chart shows gender best? The chart. That will be our clue in what adjective endings we might have. For our adjective ending chart, I will draw a shape. You can see the shape on the chart. What is it? It's Oklahoma. This time, Oklahoma needs to show gender for masculine, neuter, and feminine. What letters show gender best for each of those? Think of your the chart. How do you say the for masculine nominative? How do you say the for feminine nominative and accusative? And how do you say the for neuter nominative and accusative? These letters will resemble those. You now have ER for masculine, E for feminine, and ES for neuter. Outside of Oklahoma, everyone gets EN, same as before. Now we can move on. So we have our example and the information we found out. A new car is expensive. The gender is neuter, the case is nominative, the word is an a word. We also have our two charts below. To fill out the blanks, make sure to use first blank, first chart. How do you say a for a neuter nominative? Second blank, second chart. How do you say new? If you don't remember, look it up. You should say noi. What ending do you put on noi for neuter nominative? We have neuter, we have nominative. You've got your answer. Ein neues Auto ist teuer. We have 6 examples below. You may need to go back to the previous slide to look at the charts again, but take a couple of minutes and try this on your own. It may take longer than other examples because there's a lot of information you need to find, like gender, case, and word. Pause the video now. You should have. Ich kenne einen großen Jungen. Junge is masculine. It's also an N noun, which is why it has an extra N on the noun. See the accusative case video for an explanation about N nouns. It is accusative because it's the direct object. And the word is an a word. Du fährst mit einem schnellen Wagen. Wagen is masculine. It's dative. See the preposition mit. There's an a word preceding the adjective. Seine freundlichen Kinder sind laut. Kinder is plural. It's nominative in the subject. And there's an a word. Kauft ihren blauen Computer? Computer is masculine. It's accusative and the direct object. It's an a word preceding the adjective. Ist sie eine schöne Tanzerin? Tanzerin is feminine. It's nominative because it's the predicate noun after sein, and you have an a word. Ich gebe einer guten Hundin das Hundefutter. Hundin is feminine. It's dative because it's the indirect object, and you have an a word.